Good morning, dear children. I am your English teacher, and my name is Puramunya. Today, let us learn a beautiful story from English 1, lesson number 1, that is Four Friends, part 1. Let's see. Four Friends, part 1. So, story is about four friends and their friendship, how they help one another. Let's start. There once lived in a jungle a raven, a mouse, and a tortoise. They were very dear friends who swore that they would remain friends forever and ever and help one another whenever anyone was in difficulty. So, once upon a time, there in a jungle, three friends lived, a name called a raven, a mouse, and a tortoise. And of course, they were very good friends and they keep promises that they would remain friends forever and ever and they will help one another and whenever anyone was in difficulty, no matter what. The raven, who was regarded as a wise bird, said, "It will be my job to see that we do not take wrong decision." The raven, okay? The raven, as you can see in the picture, the black bird, that is, he is a raven, okay? So he was regarded as a wise bird, and it will be his duty to see that they do not take wrong decision. They would not take wrong decision among them. And the tortoise remarked, "And it will be my job to see that we do not take hasty decisions." And the tortoise said that it will be his duty that they do not take hasty decisions. Hasty decisions means quick decisions, okay? Furthermore, he added, "But what about our little friend the mouse? How could he help us?" He said that. "What about our friend little mouse? What will be his duty? Because he is very small and tiny. How could he help us?" And the raven replied, "Do not worry. I am sure we will make use of his sharp teeth." Okay? He said that, if not of his mind. The raven replied that, "Don't worry, my friend. When times come, we will use of his sharp teeth. We will use his sharp teeth." So the three jungle friends, with their paws on one another, said, "We firmly believe in the slogan, 'United we stand, divided we fall.'" Then they tried to go round and round, but the tortoise was clumsy and slow, and so his friend had to give up their plan of going round. And the three jungle friends, with their paws, with their hand, keeping on one another, and they surely believe their slogan, and they shouting, "Divided we fall, united we stand, divided we fall." And they tried to go round and round by shouting their slogan, but tortoise felt little clumsy. Clumsy means awkward and slow. So for the sake of friendship, his friends had to give up their plan of going round. Let's see next paragraph. All of a sudden, they heard the sound of hoofs of a running animal. Each one hid himself, the mouse in the hall, the tortoise in a pool, and the raven in a foliage of tree. They peeped out and saw a frightened and timid deer standing a few yards away. So, all of a sudden, they heard the sound, okay, of hoops of running animals towards them, and each one of them hide themselves in their respective places, the mouse in the hole, the tortoise in a pool, and the raven in a foliage of tree, the leaves of branches, okay, foliage means leaves. Mm, and they peeped out, and they saw a frightened, timid, very afraid deer standing a few yards away from them. The raven cawed. Raven shouted from the tree and said, "Poor dear, he is so scared." Raven shouted and said that, "Poor dear, he seems so scared." "Yes," the tortoise from below, "he also seems to be very thirsty." And the mouse suggested, "Let him drink from our pond." The raven flew down from his perch and consoled the deer. And raven flew down from the branches and consoled the deer. "Don't worry. You are among our friends. Drink water as much as you like." "Yes, and tell us what is worrying you," said the tortoise. The deer replied, thank you very much. I feel so sad." And the deer replied that, "Thank you very much for thank you very much for offering me a water so that I can quench my thirst. And I feel so safe now." "Safe from what?" Please tell us, asked the tortoise. So the poor deer narrated his tale of woe and told them how he was being chased by a hunter. So the poor deer started narrating his tale, started telling his story. Woe means a sorrowful story. He started telling them a sad story that how he was being chased by a hunter. The raven announced. He said, "Worry no more. Don't worry. We are friends and we are here to help you. But do you know what our motto is?" "No, I don't," said the deer. And they all shouted together. They all shouted together means all of three. Three of them, the raven, the mouse, and the tortoise. They shouted all together, "United we stand, divided we fall." "Then how wonderful!" exclaimed the deer. "Can I join you, friends?" "Yes, provided you swear with us." "Yes, I would love to." And the air ran out with the yell. Then all four of them started shouting together, "United we stand, divided we fall." And let's see the last paragraph. Saying this, he began to give the lead. He asked the tortoise to watch the rest of them dancing round and round and keep time with his paws, and they sang. Saying this, he there began to give the lead, and he asked the tortoise to watch the rest of them dancing round and round and keep the time with his paws, and they sang like that. "The more we are together, the more we are together, the happier we shall be," the raven then declared. "We are now a foursome." That means we were we were three. Before we were three, now we are four. We are team now. Let the jungle know that the more we are together, the stronger we shall be. So likewise, this part 1 ended up here. And in next class, let's see what happened to them in part 2. So I hope all of you have written down the notes which I have sent it to you, and read all the question answer very nicely and prepare well for the exam. Thank you.